63 degrees now, 8:09. Good morning to you, and good morning to my guest joining us on the phone. Chris Blisset is here from Shadowland Stages. He is the director of the show Million Dollar Quartet that will be performed, among other times, tonight. Right, Chris? Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Kate. Thanks for having me on Hudson Valley's hometown station. I
You know it.
You.
Well, we're glad to have
we have
you
a
here.
performance tonight at 8 o'clock.
At the Shadowland Stages, Ellenville on Canal Street. And you're going to be, right through September 10th. There will be shows every Thursday, Friday, Saturday evening, and then Sunday matinees. How am I doing, right?
You're nailing it. They're all at 8 p.m. on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 2 o'clock on Sunday. You can get tickets at shadowlandstages.org.
Oh, see? All right. Now we got the commercial part out of the way. That's good. We want
now
people
we can
to
have
come.
fun.
Now, tell me about the show, Million Dollar Quartet. I have heard of it. I have not seen it. But tell us about the
you're
story.
Missing out. I got to tell you, Kate.
Yeah.
So many people have seen the very famous photograph of Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, and Jerry Lee Lewis all sitting and standing at the same piano at Sun Studios in 1956. It's a very famous photograph. A couple of guys sat down and they wrote a script about what might have happened that night, and they kind of condensed some of the history of Sun Studios. And they got the rights to the music. So while we tell this wonderful story about one of the birthplaces of rock and roll, we play some of the greatest rock and roll songs in history.
And
it's an hour and a half of pure joy, at least for me as a fan of American music.
Yep. And you are the director of the show, and you're also one of the musicians and one of the actors in it.
Yeah, but you're still selling me short. I'm also the musical director and the choreographer. Come on, Kate. I want everybody to know how talented I am.
Really? Well, I was on your Facebook page, and it does list a long line of credits. You are a very busy man.
I've been on the road for 20 years, Kate, and I go place to place doing shows. And if I people call me up, they hire me to come into town and do a show. I've done 45 states of the union in the last 20 years.
Oh, man.
And about once a year, I discover a really special place like Shadowland Stages in Ellenville. And then for the rest of my career, if that place calls me, I come running. This is one of those plaglplaces. I just love working Hudson Valley.
It is beautiful there. Have you ever taken the time to go hang gliding while you're there? Because Ellenville is famous for that.
I think a couple of the kids from the cast were going to do that over the weekend, and I'm looking forward to seeing them today to ask them if they did that. But no, I have to go back to the city on the days off. I have a one-man show coming up at a different theater, and I've been in rehearsals for that back at home.
Wow! All right, so Million Dollar.
I do love this neighborhood. I love being around here. By the way, I was enjoying the show. First of all, the doctor says it's important for me to start with a little bran in the morning. Hello.
Okay.
Second of all, I want to solve the next three-song riddle. You had Michael Jackson and Michael McDonald. I predict Michael Bolton.
Okay. Great guess. Not going to happen, but okay. Yeah. That's good. So yes, you've found my old college nickname was Bran Flakes.
Oh, yeah?
I have no idea where the flakes part came from, but yes, you got me there.
I think it's great that you get the morning shift. I think it's kind of perfect.
Yeah. Well, I love it. I love being able to talk to people like you and to talk to our listeners and to explain how important coffee is in the morning routine.
That's right.
Oh, it's
right.
essential. And to be able to play all the music, it's just wonderful. I play piano, but I'm really kind of a hack at that. I want to play the music that other people have done correctly.
Well, you should come on up and audition for us then.
Oh, you are a comedian. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. So now, if someone wanted to go audition for a show to be on stage at Shadowland Stages, you mean we could?
Well, absolutely. They have local auditions, I think, for a couple times a year for each season that they put up.
Okay.
They also come down to New York City and they find people there. In
Yes.
this case, we cast it all online. I called when they hired me to direct this one. I called up some people that I have been relying on lately. This guy Trevor Lindley Kraft, who is playing our Johnny Cash and just knocking it out of the park, and Claire Frances Sullivan, who plays Diane, and she brings the house down with some numbers. They've been doing shows with me lately, so I called them right away. We got them in the cast. And a bunch of other people submitted, and we had some friendlies connected through the theater. We ended up putting together one of the best casts I've ever worked with.
Now, you've done this show elsewhere before, right?
Yeah, these shows where the actors play the instruments, they are my specialty in my career. And I did the math again recently. This makes 185 contracts in this business.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah, I get around, Kate. I get around.
Yes, you do, and you make a living at this. That's really telling. That's wonderful. Whoa. Okay.
Well, I'm a working class entertainer, Kate. I gotta stay on the road to keep alive.
All props to you. I'm saluting you right now. Boy,
All
that's
right.
wonderful. So, okay, now you play the bass. You said in the show
I do.
tonight.
I will. I'll play upright bass. I even get a solo that I occasionally get right. And I'm Sneaky Pete. I throw in a little harmonica when nobody's looking too.
Oh,
But it's really about the other instrumentalists, like Jefferson McDonald, this guy playing Jerry Lee Lewis. If you haven't seen somebody launch themselves 15 feet into the air off the top of a piano lately, then come see our show, because he's going to do that.
Okay.
He's going to play the piano with his feet and with his posterior and spin in circles and throw a piano bench across the room. These cats, they really deliver, man. At one point, I've got Carl Perkins up above my shoulders playing lead guitar, and everybody's got their guitars pointed everywhere, and the house comes down, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah, and then you got an Elvis guy.
Oh, yeah. Jackson Maddock, this guy, he's another one of mine. He and I've been connecting lately because he's an actor, musician, and I do a lot of stuff in that world. And he sent me a recording of him doing Blue Suede Shoes. And I wrote back, I said, you had me at 2 for the money, or 2 for the show. You went 1 for the money, 2 for the show, and I went, this guy. We're hiring this guy.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So now this is just one show of the season at Shadowland Stages, but this is the one that you're directing. So this is the only one that you have to talk about today, unless you want to.
No, but they have some great stuff. They just closed a great production of Patsy Cline, Always Patsy Cline, which is another favorite of mine. I feel like they wanted to commit some of their season to American music. I think might have been what led them down this direction.
Okay.
And then after this, there's a great play called Off Peak. That's a very, very different direction. But that's what's great is they, in addition to this lighthearted American musical stuff, they also do some thoughtful, heavy and modern pieces of art that confront our society. They really mix it up for you here.
Yeah, I'm on the website looking at the upcoming shows. Shadowlandstages.org is the place to go to look them up, and you can click right there to buy tickets and everything. But what we really need to do is to fill up the house for you tonight. And
I don't know what our ticket sales are like for tonight. We've had pretty close to full houses every day, but there have always been a handful of seats available, so people can still come. And
grab them.
I said this to a buddy the other day. I'm the redheaded guy. If you come to the show and you don't like it, find me after. I'll pay you back myself. I guarantee you a good time.
Wow, that is a strong statement. Oh, thank you so much, Chris.
You have no idea. I just bought a car. I'm broke. So.
Oh, well, yeah. I have some idea about being broke. I can do that pretty well. We're going to talk more with Chris Blisset. He's the director and everything else, apparently, of the $1 Million Quartet at Shadowland Stages.
Right. I play all the parts. I'm the real thing.
That's right, the real thing. He even plays the part of some of the musical instruments. He'll be right back with us with more on Wall Radio. We are the Hudson Valley's hometown station. We're Wall Radio. Thanks for being here with us this morning. It's 20 minutes past 8, 63 degrees. And with me on the phone, Chris Blisset with the Shadowland Stages in Ellenville. He's just there for the duration of the $1 Million Quartet, a show which is playing through September the 10th. But I'm sure you'll be back for other things in the future, right, Chris?
This is my third or fourth show here, and I just met with the honcho here and pitched him a couple shows for the next couple years. So hopefully they'll call me again. Yeah.
So Shadowland Stages, your season is now well underway, but it goes through when? I see there's a Christmas time show.
I think that's what they consider the end of their season when they do Miss Bennett her Christmas show. I think that's the end of their season, and then they start back up in the late spring.
Okay. I've got to get there. I'm so horrified to confess that I have not been to the Shadowland Theater. I know Ellenville really well.
It's a real gem. It's one of those classic old theater houses that's been revamped. It's from the Borstfeld era of theater and live entertainment. So it's steeped in history, and you definitely you're in the room really close to the stage. You definitely know you're part of an experience when you're there.
That's wonderful. The photographs are just stunning, and it's probably even nicer than that when you're there in person.
I'm really pleased with it. They always give me great designers here, and Peter Johnson put up a gorgeous set. And Jeremy, whose last name is escaping me right now because it's too early, he dressed the set in beautiful light. We have great costume design and great sound design. Like the designers really delivered on this show. And that's people see us up there, the actors, singing and dancing and having fun, and we get the applause at the end of the day. And we sing, we dance, we work hard. Our work is hard, but those guys, they make theater. It's not the same theatrical experience without those designers expressing their craft. And that set and those lights, I'm very pleased.
And there's something about live theater, live performances. There's an edge, there's an energy that you don't get when it's pre-recorded. Kind of like being on the radio. There's more energy from being live right here, right now, talking, because I guess there's the terror aspect that if we mess up, there it is in front of everybody.
Absolutely. And you're living a moment with people, and you know it. We've been staring at these little Star Trek phones in our pockets for 2 decades or more now, and it's taken something away from the social aspect of our art. We are now consuming art in 6-second chunks that are just sitting in our hands, and sometimes while people are talking to us. But not when you come to the theater. We put our phones away, and we all experience something together as a group. And I think that's a very special thing for us to have as a people.
That is the beauty of live entertainment, and knowing that the people that are putting this all together, everyone behind the stages, everyone on stage, is giving it everything they have right now to make it right for the audience and for themselves.
Yeah, and it's an ensemble. It's a group of people looking out for each other, and believe it or not, the people on stage, we care about you in the audience. We think about you when we're getting the show ready. We talked about this on the first day. I said to the cast, I said, these folks, they need you. Some of them have lost relatives. Some of them are going through career changes. Some of them have been through any number of things or are concerned about something, and they need us to take them away from that for a little while. And so don't forget that what we do is also an act of service. I like us to remember that when we're putting these little bits of art together.
Wow. All right, so of all of the songs in the show, what's your favorite one tonight?
Thank you for qualifying it with tonight, because it depends on the moment. Well, I'm looking forward to doing Long Tall Sally because I do a bass solo in that, and on Sunday I didn't get it right, and it's bothered me all weekend. I really need to swing at it where I get it right, because like anyone who likes their job, I'm a bit of a perfectionist.
Don't start getting hung up on it, because then it's going to be like a bigger and bigger rock that you have to climb over.
No, that's true. But I have a rehearsal today. We do a little brush up rehearsal after the weekend, and that'll give me a chance to ramp into it. But there's a gospel number that Elvis sings partway through the show as he remembers, as some of the people in the cast, some of the characters remember their dead relatives. He sings a rendition of "Peace in the Valley," and there's something about that just calms me and centers me, and so I'm looking forward to that tonight.
Oh, lovely. Lovely.
Don't get me wrong, radio listeners, we play all the hits. Like all the favorites I grew up on are in this show.
Oh, that's wonderful. The $1 Million Quartet tonight and right through Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday in the evening, 8 o'clock, and then Sunday afternoons at Shadowland Stages at 2 o'clock. Yes, Shadowland Stages in Ellenville, and a beautiful, revamped, renovated, gorgeous theater. And we want to see you, Chris. So you're the red-haired guy.
Yeah, I'm the good-looking guy.
Oh, the good-looking
some others
one.
in the show might be good-looking, but I'm the good-looking red-headed guy. You want your money back, come find me, because you won't.
Thank you so much for coming on the air with us today. We look forward to seeing. I'm going to get there before September 10th, before your last show. I will be there.
I hope you do. Kate, I appreciate you getting the word out, and I appreciate you having me on Wall Radio.
Oh, you're a lot of fun. Thank you, Chris. Chris Blisset from the Shadowland Stages, shadowlandstages.org. Thank you so much. I got time to slip in a song for you before we come up with the news at the bottom of the hour. We'll go with Madonna. It's 8:27, 63 degrees now at Wall Radio.